Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Peachy and this is and today we have some plant chores to do and she's gonna help me do some plant care. What are you gonna water today? Huh?
Water strawberry.
You're gonna water your strawberry plants. She does have her strawberry plant that she's been...
It's the fruits.
Yeah, it's got fruits. Might as well involve her with what I am doing here because she's always gonna be in the picture anyway, so get used to it. I'm sorry if you guys do not like the idea of having my baby around, which would be ridiculous. Why not? She's so cute. She's cute anyway, right? Yeah. Anyways, feel free to do your own plant chores with us and we'll see you later. And let me see your strawberry. Cassie, show your strawberry. Where is it? Whoa, whoa. Well done. Good job, baby. These beautiful begonias that I have flowering. It's practically flowering all year long. Pretty good. Good job. Okay, here's one that we need to address very quickly. This is the Philodendron Melanocryosome that was imported from Ecuador, and it's been sitting in this water with a little bit of Super Thrive solution overnight, and now it's time to pot it up. And my plan is to put it in this pot with a moss pole that is tall enough for it to support the plant, because I'm planning on keeping all the foliage because the goal is to keep the maturity any way we can. So we don't want to propagate this plant, and so yeah, I'm going to pot it in Lechuza PON and with a little bit of leca in the mix because that's what I have in my substrate. So yeah, and let's see how we're gonna do it. And there's the root system. As you can see, we do have some live aerials. That's why I wanted to attach it to moss pole and tuck it in, basically. Okay, so here's what I've done. I have a small layer of the Lechuza PON and leca, like I said, at the bottom, and this large moss pole that is already, there's 2 moss poles in here, and yeah, we're gonna secure it to the pole, but right now we're just gonna fill it in first, and then we're gonna tuck in the roots inside the moss ball. Crazy. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby.
Mommy?
There's a spider? What is that? That's not a spider. So, here's what I have done so far. I did attach it to this pole using this Velcro tape to right there, and I let the tip of the aerial roots basically touch the wet moss ball. Okay, so this is the newest leaf on this plant. It's really gorgeous, and I might have to tie him up to hold its shape. Well, it's already the next day. I've been busy the past few hours with family and friends, so now I want to take care of this plant. This is actually the Anthurium One Lingerie that I received as part of my import from Ecuador, and it's been sitting in this water Super Thrive solution the past, it's more than 24 hours, but it's not exactly 2 days yet. Normally I would be repotting this the next day because you don't want it to sit in water because that's how they decline so quickly. yeah, you want to get them in the substrate as soon as you can after you rehydrate it, is what I've learned from my previous imports. So now I want to take care of this beauty and get it into PON. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use this handy dandy self-watering pot. So when you transfer plants that were used to be in soil, like this one in particular, as you can see, there's still some soil remnants in the roots. You will have to keep an eye on it because it's not used to getting watered from the bottom. And so for the next few weeks, you're gonna have to water it from the top the same way you do with soil until you notice that the water reservoir is being used. The reservoir is getting smaller. It means that the plant is already uptaking nutrients from the reservoir. That's the only time that you are good to go and ready to just refill your reservoir when you water your plant. I can see that there's still some broken roots that I did not get, so I'm just taking it out. And then I have this is hydrogen peroxide, diluted though. I've refilled this with 1/3 of the 3% hydrogen peroxide, and then the rest 2/3 is filled with water. So I use this to kind of spray the roots when I do a cut and to sterilize. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna use this one, and I have some PON here with a little bit of leca, in the mix, just because this was re-boiled used PON. So I boiled it for like 30 minutes and then let it cool. So I'm gonna put a little layer of PON at the bottom, and put my, I put too much. Put my plant in, just like so, pop them in. And then backfill. So as you can see, I'm also holding it down just so it will sit the way I wanted it to, like flushed into the pot, because I wanted all that aerial root to be touching the PON so it can grow down to the pot and support itself. Yeah. Okay. And just like that, easy peasy. That's why I love PON. There's no trickery. It's very straightforward and convenient. It's not too messy. It's very simple to navigate. And I do have a, hang on, let me grab it. Oh, I do have my handy dandy nutrient solution in this 1 gallon jug, and I'm going to water it from the top one more time. We're gonna need to keep this one moist until it acclimates to our home. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Just gonna leave it there for a second and fill my reservoir, because this is gonna be my indication on when my plant is ready to use the reservoir. So yeah, I do this, and it really varies from plant to plant. I've had plants that started drinking from the reservoir like in a week or two, and I've had one that has taken like a month. This will help me know when my plant is ready. So just a little bit, and we are onto the last plant in the import, and we have here the Anthurium Crystallineum, which I think is the silver, but I'm not quite sure. It was only labeled as Anthurium Crystallinum. During the live sale, they also said that it was dark, but that's probably from looking at the color of this, and it's really dark. Like my pants are black, and it's, you see how it's really close. It's really dark green. And I am seeing active secondary roots. That's such a good sign for this plant, because it just means that it is on its way to recovery and hopefully acclimate nicely. It looks like we might be in good shape with this plant, although it has a ton of broken secondary roots mostly. I'm just ripping it off, and the one that's like darker in color, or the one that has like stringy ends, because it just means that it already rotted. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. Give it a little more rinse, and again, since I did touch it, I am going to spray it down with this hydrogen peroxide solution. And this will take care of all the unwanted stuff going on in there, like bacteria. Okay, so my plan is to just use this vessel. Actually, throw that away. I'm gonna use this one because it's the good size for this amount of root ball, I think. See, it's going to have plenty of room in there. But first, I wanted to add a layer of leca at the bottom. I have this bowl of leca right here. I am back with the rinse leca balls, and I'm just making a mess everywhere. But I basically want a layer, just like so. It doesn't have to be that much, actually. I tend to go for like an inch or an inch and a half at the bottom, and this is going to serve as my reservoir, and this is for the water, as my water reservoir guideline. So I will fill my water up to this point, and I'm gonna keep it filled for a little while this plant is acclimating. Here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna fill this up with PON, just like that, and then followed by the plant, and then backfill. I'm also putting it deeper into the pot because I wanted to be able to root and support itself. Since this plant is getting bigger, it's a mature plant. You can tell that by the inflorescence that it has right now, which I'm probably actually going to remove, just because I don't think it it has the energy to sustain that flower. So if you notice like gaps, you can just gently use a skewer, or in my case I'm just using one of these acrylic stick and do that, or you can also shake it, but be very gentle. It's a very thin, fragile glass, so I do that just to make sure that the roots are touching the pond so they don't dry out, basically. I'm going to add a little more. And over here. Okay. Fill the reservoir to the leca level that we just created. I don't know if you can see, but nothing special really. I'm just filling it up like so. Don't let it dry out, especially during the first few weeks, because it's going to need it to acclimate to this new substrate and to your new environment. So yeah, see, the clear vessel will help you keep in track of your root system if anything is rotting. And so yeah, right here I think I'm gonna wash the leaves. I'm gonna shower and spray on the leaves, just so I can clean it up a bit. Okay, again, getting ready to place it back to the cabinet, and yeah, getting it in there is a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do. This is the best spot for it right now, so just try not to damage the plant. And let me take you to it. So here they are, and if you're wondering the condition inside this cabinet, 69 degrees Fahrenheit and 74% in humidity. And here is the Anthurium One Lingerie, and it's going to sit here for a couple weeks. And then down here is the Anthurium Crystallineum, and yeah, it's just sitting down there. And I don't have a grow light in this cabinet because, as you can see, it gets enough lighting from the west facing window that we have over here, and also because I am planning on putting mostly Anthurium in this cabinet. I'm also using it to acclimate my imports, so they don't really need like super duper bright light at the moment. So far the plants that I've acclimated in here has done so well for me, so hopefully this will do the same. Hi guys, so I was in the middle of editing this video, and I didn't realize that I didn't have my microphone with me because I switched out my shirt. But anyhow, I'm here now, and I'm here to give you guys a 19-day update of these plants that we just repotted, so we can see if whatever method I used or whatever I did worked out or not. So let's look at these plants. Look, the melanochrysum. I'm whispering because my daughter is sleeping and there's no other time to do this, and I really wanted to show you the updates anyway. So yeah,
I don't see any visible roots around the pot, but the caterpillar is getting bigger in size, and you know what that means. We're getting a new leaf pretty soon, and we did not lose a single leaf on this plant as well. As you can see, all 5 leaves are still here and alive, so that's really good. It means that it's on its way to being fully acclimated in our home. So yeah, I'm waiting a little bit, and then eventually, before this leaf comes out or unfurl, I'm gonna have to move this out here in the living room, because I don't think it has enough space to unfurl in the cabinet where it's acclimating right now. But yeah, I have this in my IKEA Detolf acclimation cabinets, what I call it. It's just basically that's where I acclimate all my imports all together, so away from my plants. And yeah, so it's doing great, you guys. I'm so happy. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Wow. It's so pretty. Okay, let me get it. And then the next one, what was the next one? Oh yeah, the next one is the Anthurium One Lingerie. Let me go get it. This is all take 2. I am risking a lot coming in and out to show you guys this plant, but it's worth it. Look at this baby. It's got a new leaf. It's only been 19 days since we repotted this, and I am so happy to see a new leaf. That's a good sign, you guys, right? That is amazing. Look at how pristine. It's so elegant, and the fact that it's got, like, this was more vibrant than this when it was younger, when it was smaller. It was like red. I was so surprised, like shockingly surprised, because honestly I didn't search it. I didn't know this plant that much. Apart from it being popular, I didn't research for it or anything like that. So it was like my first time seeing the emergent leaf on this one. I knew, or I've seen the flower, the corkscrew flower that this is known for, but my goodness, the emergent leaf is just as fabulous, if anything is better. Wow. I have been watching my Pallidiflorum and Vitarifolium leaf. It's nothing like this. This is like another level of new leaf strappy Anthurium. I'm just so excited. Okay, she's happy. The third one is right here. This is my Anthurium dark crystallinum. I don't know which variety it is, but it's definitely dark. You can see that. I'm wearing black shirt, and it's comparable. It's really dark. See that? Older leaf. It's a little bit deformed from the trip, from the shipment, but yeah, it's caterpillar right here. If you can see at the very tip, is also pushing out its tip and getting ready to give me a new leaf. I hope. I just took this out of the cabinet as well, and I think it's doing great. There's no sign of stress, so that is fantastic. Another one that's doing great. It's all perked up as well. Yeah, Anthurium Crystallineum. And that's it for this update, and I'll see you in the outro with my baby.
And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when our future video drops.
And say bye-bye.
And say bye-bye. Don't forget to like this video as well and leave it in the comments for any suggestions for future content that you want to see from us. And again, thank you so much. We hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Say bye, Cassie.